Hello, folks. Mike Neumeier again, and I hope you're going to follow me on Facebook and all the other platforms if you're watching them. Please follow me, and you can hear all these messages. And if you want to call me to talk or come in, just call 410-902-0464, and I'll answer the questions I can. And if you'd like to come visit, that would be wonderful. I just have a few concepts to share with you today. These are thought-provoking, hopefully things that can trigger some ideas for you. And I've just written them down here. It's very simple, really. First of all, winners versus losers. What is winning when you're getting ready for retirement? Winning means you've got a plan and it's going to hold up. Losing means probably there was no plan, and maybe you gambled and you lost. And people that do that, of course, are the ones that go back to work and struggle and so forth. There's so many parts of the plan. You got to think about it, so many aspects, not just income, not just the money you save, not your nest egg. There's just a lot of complications, and I help people work through those things. Put together a plan, comprehensive, and includes lots of things, including long-term care and insurance and in various other things like downsizing and moving if you're going to do that, taking care of relatives, just a lot of different things, contingencies that you need to consider. So winners versus losers. How about earning versus keeping? All your life you worked. All your life you worked. I've had people sit down in front of me and say, here's what I earned in my whole life. I thought that was pretty good. They had, this was an estimate. Here's what I earned. And I said, well, how much did you keep? What does that mean? That means, what do you have in assets? What do you have in savings? What do you have, if you have it in the market, what do you have there? Which, of course, is changing all the time. But what do you have in terms of real estate? What do you have in assets? So it's earning versus keeping. My father used to say, it's not how much you make, it's how much you save. That idea has stayed with me a long time. And, of course, we all love to spend, or most of us do. But the bottom line for retirement is, what did you keep? And what can you do with it? What kind of income you generate? And income streams is what retirement is all about. And spending is going to go on. So what am I going to spend, and how much do I need to take care of those responsibilities? So income streams and expenses, two very important parts of what we hate to talk about, which is budgeting. But that is the way it really is. And I help people construct those kinds of things. A lot of folks just want to be in denial. They don't want to talk about these things. I've had couples where one doesn't want to hear about it, doesn't want to talk about it. The other person is the one that is responsible and takes care of those things. And the hardest thing is that when someone passes away that was the person that handled the finances, the other person is not very prepared. And I've worked with a lot of widows and widowers, of course, they're in that dilemma. Okay, so the earning versus keeping, and returns versus income. What is returns versus income? People will say to me, well, what does that return? What does that return? And what I talk about is income. Income. If you put something in the market and you took the dividends and so forth and the earnings, that would be the returns. But that doesn't mean what you're going to get, because the market's always changing. And unless you take it out at a specific time, that's the only time that you can really talk about what the return was. Because the return along the way is not that important. People will say, I've done so well in the market, but they really haven't done well until they actually take the money out. It's when they've got the money, they know whether they did well or didn't do well. So many people have been caught in this downturn that were getting ready for retirement, and I could tell you many people that have stayed on working. And I've advised folks on how to move their money around in their 401ks, etc., to conserve the money if they weren't ready to take the money out. Now, in many cases, you can take your money out early once you're 59 and a half, and you can roll it over to an IRA, and you can preserve it, because we can take that money and put it in safe money products where you can't lose it. And what we call the return could be anywhere from 4% to 7% in terms of income. And you might be able to increase the income in some of the products we use. Okay, so earnings, so we talk about returns versus income. Returns and income. Not always the same. Okay. How about gambling? I've done this before. Gambling versus getting. Oh, I've done so well in the market. Remember what I just said, though. It doesn't count until you take it out. So what are you getting out of it? What are you getting out? Well, if I had gotten out of the market 2 years ago, blah, blah, blah. How many times have I heard that? I could have had a lot more. Well, that's the difference. So gambling versus getting. The secret is it's very hard for people to get out of the market when the market's up. Huh? Well, why do you think the market goes down? Because smart money got out when the market was up. So there is the people that are informed. Those are the professionals. They get out when the market's up. They don't wait for the market to go down and then take money out. So gambling versus getting. It's a gamble when the market's up and you leave the money in there. See? So anyway, okay, so gambling versus getting. Chance versus choice, same idea. You're gambling, versus making a choice. If you are emotionally involved with money in the market, okay, you're taking the chance. You're taking on the chance that it may go away. You may think it's going up. Oh, it's doing so well. Versus choice. Choice is what a smart investor does. They make a decision. I'm going to get out at this point, at that point, or whatever. They're not waiting to see if it's going to go down or go up. They're not terribly greedy. Greed and fear are the two things that drive the market. See? So you really have to think about what are we dealing with? We're dealing with our retirement money. We do not want to gamble. If we feel like we're gambling, then it's time to stop doing what we're doing and put the money in a safe place where it can grow and where it can give you the retirement dollars you need to create those income streams. Okay. Answers versus anxiety. People that take chances with their retirement money invariably experience anxiety unless they're just totally mentally disconnected from it all, and that's pretty rare. Okay, there are people that don't look at anything, huh? They don't look. They like stack those statements in the corner of the room and they don't look. Now that's not good. But anyway, so answers versus anxiety. What is the answer to this dilemma that you're in terms of getting ready for retirement? If you're going to retire in the next 5 years, you need to have some answers, as opposed to feeling anxious about these issues that you have not resolved and don't know how to resolve. This is what I do. This is my whole mission, is to help people make the right decisions so that they can have peace and relaxation in retirement and do what they want to do. Okay, so those are some ideas. And keep this in mind. Your first loss is your best loss. When the market is going down suddenly, unexpected, what are you going to do? Wait for it to come back up? How long is the market going to take to come back up now? Well, there's a lot of speculation. We are in a recession, and it's probably going to get worse. How long is it going to last? I don't know. I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know. But if you're out of the market and you're going to retire, that's a good idea. If you're out of the market and you're not going to retire for a while, there's options that you can follow, the ones that we've talked about before, or you can wait and go back in when the market bottoms. So there's different ideas. I help people try to make appropriate decisions. What is in their best interest? My job is not to sell you something. My job is to help you find solutions to your situation that work for you and that you're satisfied with and happy with the results. That's what my job is. And I've been doing this for almost 25 years. So, okay. Do you want to speculate or do you want to save? Do you want to speculate or do you want to save? Moving money into saved money over a period of time in stages, that's a good plan. Anyway, it's all a matter of what kind of plan you put together. And I'm here, and I can help you. And I hope you call me. Again, it's 410-902-0464. Follow us on all the platforms. Thank you for listening.